I was working for a logging company located in a rural town when this happened. The sky was dark, storm clouds were rolling in. Basically, it was the cliche dark and stormy night after a long day of chopping down trees. I drove down the lonely dirt road. It was 10 and pitch black, with only my headlights illuminating the road in front of me. Since the logging site was located in a very rural area, it generally took me 40 minutes for me to get home. The area around me was covered in a dense forest, and it was slightly hard to navigate in the darkness of the woods. I checked the GPS and frowned. I was still 30 minutes from my house. The road was very narrow, and it was mostly made up of rocks and dirt. I glanced outside, and at that exact moment I spotted something large move swiftly through the trees. I couldn't get a look at it, so I simply dismissed it as a part of my imagination. A bit unraveled, I kept on driving through the car ride. I kept seeing something move through the trees. It could have been a deer, but in a split second, I saw the thing. It appeared to me, humanoid in shape. Every time it happened, the thing moved so fast that I could barely see it. By now, I had paused my podcast, and I was very alert. I shifted my seat uncomfortably, physically and emotionally. Now, I knew for sure that there was something out there. Panic swelled inside of me as I spotted something move in the forest again. I pressed my foot on the gas pedal harder, even more desperate to get back to the populated road. Then something horrifying happened, actually beyond horrifying. A couple of minutes after I had spotted something moving in the forest, my headlights illuminated this thing. I slammed on my brakes, almost hitting the thing. It was a humanoid creature with long and thin arms and torso. The creature was also extremely skinny, and its face almost looked like a human face. When it stood up, it was about 7 feet tall. For a moment, the creature just stared directly at me, gazing into my soul. I didn't start the car or run. I was just paralyzed with pure terror. I snapped out of my trance when the creature swiped at my car just inches away. Its long claws engraved deep scratch marks into the metal hood of my car. I floored it, drove around the creature. I drove as fast as I could, ignoring every single road safety law. To my surprise and horror, the creature easily kept pace with me, crawling beside my car at a terrifying speed. I glanced at this hellish creature, and it grinned, revealing several rows of razor-sharp teeth. The dirt road seemed to stretch on for miles, but I finally saw the tree line. I glanced up in the rearview mirror, only to see the creature was right behind me, almost catching up. My car burst out of the forest, and I was no longer on the gravel road. I was back on pavement road, the first sight of reaching a nearby town. After being pursued by the creature for a few more minutes, I finally caught signs of a small gas station and a couple of houses. I drove towards it, hoping the creature wouldn't go near populated areas. As soon as I drove into the gas station parking lot, the creature disappeared. I don't know how it happened, but the creature was suddenly out of sight. I sighed in relief, and I quickly drove home. To be honest, I have no idea why or how the creature disappeared. It could be that the creature doesn't like bright lights in populated areas. As far as for how it disappeared, it probably just crawled back into the forest and I didn't see it.